Raskolnikov listened. He did not say anything. Marmeladov went on. A month ago, the man called Lebeziatnikov beat my wife, and I was drunk at the time. Do you understand how that feels? Do you know what it is like to ask someone for money, and to know before you even ask that the answer will be no? Yes, said Raskolnikov quietly. I know that feeling. You ask, said Marmeladov, but you know it is hopeless. The man you ask is a good citizen. He follows all the rules. He would never give money to someone like me. He knows I will not pay it back. And today, they say that compassion is not needed. Science says so. England says so. So why would he give me money? But still I go, because I have nowhere else to go. When a person has nowhere to go, he must go somewhere. Marmeladov stopped. He filled his glass. He drank. He put the glass down. My daughter, he said. His voice changed. It became quieter. My daughter has a yellow passport. Do you know what that means? Raskolnikov knew. A yellow passport meant that a woman was a prostitute. It was a document that the government gave to these women. Marmeladov did not wait for an answer. He continued talking. Do not laugh. I know people laugh. I know they already know everything about my life. I accept this. I am not angry. I accept it with humility. He looked down at the table. My wife, Katerina Ivanovna, is a good woman. She is educated. She is the daughter of an officer. Yes, I am a bad man. I know this. But she is a noble woman. She has a good heart. She has strong feelings. She was educated in a good school for girls from noble families. When she finished school, she danced in front of the governor. She received a gold medal and a certificate. The medal is gone now. We sold it long ago, but she still has the certificate. She keeps it in her box. Sometimes she shows it to the landlady, because it is the only beautiful thing she has left from her old life. Marmeladov's voice was sad now. She was married before she met me. Her first husband was an army officer. She loved him very much. She ran away from her father's house to marry him, but he was not a good husband. He played cards, he lost money, and in the end, he beat her. Then he died. She was left alone with 3 small children. She had no money. Her family did not help her. She was proud, but she was desperate. He paused, and I was there. I was a widower. I had 1 daughter from my first wife. That daughter was 14 years old. Her name was Sonia. I saw Katerina Ivanovna suffering, and I could not watch it. So I offered to marry her, and she said yes. Not because she loved me, but because she had no other choice. She had nowhere to go. Do you understand what it means to have nowhere to go? Raskolnikov said nothing. He understood. He understood very well. For 1 year, Marmeladov continued, I was a good husband. I did not drink. I worked. I tried to make her life better, but I could not make her happy. And then I lost my job. It was not my fault the office changed. But after that, I started drinking again. He looked at the jug on the table. We moved around a lot. We had very little money. Finally, we came to this city. I found a job. Then I lost that job too. That time it was my fault. Because of the drinking. He sighed deeply. Now we live in 1 room. Part of a room, really. It is in the house of a woman called Amalia Fyodorovna. It is a dirty, noisy place. Many people live there. It is like chaos. He was quiet for a moment. Sonia grew up in this chaos. My daughter Sonia. She is a gentle girl. Soft voice, fair hair, pale face. She had almost no education. I tried to teach her some things, geography, history. But I did not know much myself, and we had no books, so she did not learn much. He filled his glass again. He drank. A respectable poor girl cannot earn much money, not even 15 farthings a day if she works honestly, and even then people do not pay her. A man called Klopstock, she made shirts for him. 6 shirts. He did not pay her. He shouted at her. He pushed her away. He said the collars were not right. Marmeladov's hands shook a little. And at home, the children were hungry. Katerina Ivanovna was working all day, cleaning, washing, cooking when there was something to cook, but often there was nothing. For 3 days, sometimes there was no bread for the children, and Katerina Ivanovna was sick. She coughed. She had blood when she coughed. That is a very bad sign. He stopped. He breathed slowly. One day, Katerina Ivanovna said to Sonia, not in a kind way, she said something terrible. She said that Sonia should go out and earn money in a different way. You understand what I mean? And a woman from outside, a bad woman, had been trying to push Sonia in that direction too. Marmeladov put his face in his hands for a moment. I was drunk when this happened. I was lying on the floor, but I heard everything. I heard my Sonia say, Katerina Ivanovna, must I really do that? And I heard the answer. He was silent. That evening, at 6 o'clock, I saw Sonia get up. She put on her scarf. She put on her coat. She went out. At 9 o'clock, she came back. She walked straight to Katerina Ivanovna. She put 30 rubles on the table. She said nothing. She did not look at anyone. She put a big green shawl over her head. She lay down on the bed with her face to the wall. Her shoulders were shaking. His voice was barely above a whisper now. And Katerina Ivanovna, she knelt down next to Sonia's bed. She kissed Sonia's feet. She stayed there the whole evening. She did not get up. And then they fell asleep together, holding each other. He stopped. And I was drunk. I was lying there, drunk. The whole tavern was quiet for a moment. Sonia's life and Marmeladov's return. After that night, Sonia's life changed. She now had a yellow passport. This meant she was officially registered as a woman who sells herself. Because of this, she could no longer live with her family. The landlady, Amalia Fyodorovna, would not allow it. The man Lebeziatnikov also made problems. He was an educated man, or thought he was. He said he could not live in the same building as a woman like Sonia, so Sonia went to live in another place. She lived with a family called Kapernaumov. The father was a tailor. He had a problem with speaking. He had a cleft palate. His wife also had this problem, and their children too. They were poor people, but Sonia had her own small room there, separated from the rest. Every evening, when it was dark, Sonia came to visit her family. She brought money. She brought food when she could. She comforted Katerina Ivanovna. She helped with the children. Marmeladov told this story to Raskolnikov with pain in his voice. Then he continued with his own story. After all of this, he said, I went to find work again. I went to a man called Ivan Afanasievich, a great man, a kind man. He listened to my story. He looked at me with sad eyes. He said, Marmeladov, you have disappointed me before, but I will give you one more chance. I will take responsibility for you myself. And he gave me back my job. Marmeladov's face became brighter as he remembered this. When I came home and told Katerina Ivanovna, it was like a miracle. Everything changed in the house. They walked on tiptoe so they would not wake me. They made me coffee in the morning. They bought cream for my coffee. Real cream. I do not know how they found the money. They bought me a proper uniform, boots, a shirt, everything. For 11 rubles and 50 kopecks. They made everything look beautiful. He smiled. It was a sad smile, but real. The first evening I came back from the office, Katerina Ivanovna had cooked 2 dishes for dinner, soup and meat with horseradish. We had never had 2 dishes before. She dressed herself nicely. She had no new clothes, nothing at all, but she fixed her hair. She put on a clean collar. She looked younger. She looked beautiful. He paused, remembering. And Sonia came. She said she could not come often. She said it was not right for her to come when people could see her, only in the dark. But she came. His voice became very soft. 6 days later, I brought home my first salary, 23 rubles and 40 kopecks. Katerina Ivanovna called me her little puppet. Yes, her little puppet. And she pinched my cheek. To me. She said that to me. He stopped talking. His chin shook a little. He tried not to cry. Then his face changed. He looked at Raskolnikov with a complicated expression. And then, sir, 5 days ago, like a thief in the night, I took the key to Katerina Ivanovna's box. I took what was left of the money. I do not remember how much, and I left. He said it simply, like it was a fact, like he was talking about someone else. It has been 5 days. I have not gone home. I sold my uniform at the bridge. I got these old clothes in exchange. I have lost my job. I have lost everything. Again. He looked down. This morning, I went to Sonia. I asked her for money to drink, and she gave it to me. 30 kopecks. Her last money. She gave it to me without a word. She just looked at me. He picked up the nearly empty glass. This drink was bought with her money, Sonia's money, the money she earns in that way. And I drank it, and I will answer for it. Before God, I will answer. He stood up suddenly. His voice became loud and strong, like a preacher in a church. Why should anyone pity me? No one should pity me. I should be punished. I know this, but He, God He, will pity us. He understands all people. He will ask, where is the daughter who gave herself so that her sick stepmother and the small children could eat? And He will say to Sonia, I forgive you, because you loved much. And He will forgive me too, not because I deserve it, but because He is merciful. He will call all of us the drunkards, the weak ones, the sinners, and He will say, come. And we will come, and we will understand everything. His voice broke. He fell back onto the bench. He was exhausted. The people in the tavern laughed. They shouted rude things, but Marmeladov did not seem to hear them. After a short time, he looked at Raskolnikov. Come with me, sir. I must go home. I must go to Katerina Ivanovna.
Подпишись, пожалуйста, или хотя бы поставь лайк. Один лайк не меняет мир, но меняет путь того, кто делится смыслом.